at you live from Thorin's Hall as we continue our total playthrough of everything in this game. And this is my High Elf Moria. She is going to be heading on down to Gondomon, her next stop. And at Gondomon, we shall combine. We will combine the elf quest and the dwarf quest.
Well met, friend.
Treasure camp. Don't want to go to treasure camp.
Well met.
And we're heading on down to Gondomon. So, what I'm doing is that I'm doing this each in stages, and every time we have a hub, I'll do all the quests at that hub and then call it an episode. And thus, I am trying to get everything done. But Gondomon's kind of a big hub because this is where the elf track and the dwarf track combine. And of course, in 2 more levels, at level 15, I will be equipping my my tortoise pocket item, which will stop progression on my quests, or on my experience points, until I'm up at Bree. So after I'm done with Ered Luin, all the deeds, all the quests in Ered Luin, then I go on to the Shire, which is always fun. And then from the Shire we go to Bree, and then from Bree we go to the Lone Lands, and from the Lone Lands we go to North Downs. Then from North Downs, probably Trollshaws. From Trollshaws to Misty Mountains, from Misty Mountains to Evendam, from Evendam to Forakel, and then from Forakel to Angmar, and from Angmar to Eregion, and from Eregion then we go to Moria, and when we're done with Moria we go to Enidwith. Then we go back to Moria and go on over to Mirkwood, and then from Mirkwood who knows where. So I haven't really seen, I've pretty much only seen the game to Moria, and Moria is pretty impressive. It's a pretty fun build, but it gives me a headache. Trying to find your way, particularly around the Great Delving, is a challenge. They really like to make the staircases hard to find. What can I say? So let's take a look. Okay, we've got room in our inventory for stuff. I'm not sure why high elves can't use, I'm not sure why this hunter can't use clubs. Maybe it has something to do with being a high elf? Okay, we completed. We got 5 Lotro points. Completed a deed. Okay, let us go and see what is around here.
Might you lend me an ear?
The wind coming down from the mountains makes my bones ache year-round, but even the younger centuries feel the chill when the days grow short. We could use some more pelts for blankets and clothing in preparation for the coming winter. There is no shortage of wolves prowling the wilds, perhaps especially to the west. I expect you will have no difficulty in obtaining some furs for me. Wolves are vile creatures, but at least their fur is warm. Okay.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
The hunters who have been plying the forests of North Gondomon have come to me with stories of being threatened or even attacked by those backstabbing Dowerhand brigands. If you're of a mind to lend us a hand, you could head out there and deal with those treacherous Thinbeards. They need to learn not to meddle with the hunters of Gondomon. The Dowerhands have built a small camp to the north of here, in the hills somewhere. You'll find plenty of heads to break there, I warn. Okay.
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
Our hunters are skilled, but this year's hunt has proven particularly difficult. What with the cold and the wretched Dowerhands, I have found myself short of supplies for the coming winter. You can help us by bringing in some bear meat. There are plenty of them in the wilds around Gondomon, especially to the north. We will preserve and store their meat for the coming months. Okay. I could do that. Poor little bears. What have they ever done to you?
What do you need?
You restored the water flow? Why, it's not flowing nearly enough. You may have cleared out some of the problems over there at Nogland, but there must be something else blocking the flow around here.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
The goblins in the hills are causing us into the grief. They've blocked up the river with debris and slowed the flow to a trickle, and what water exists is fouled by their presence. I can send a crew to remove the debris, but I need someone with a stout heart and a strong sword arm to clear out some of the goblins. I can't afford to lose any workers, what with the Dowerhands to contend with. You can find the canal west of here, just past the hills. The goblins have a camp west of their makeshift inn. Okay, I could do that.
Greetings to you.
Is it true? Cardivor's son has been taken by the dwarves? This is grievous news, if it can be believed. Goblins are fell creatures that rely on treachery and deceit, and dwarves have ever coveted the previous things with elves. Capturing Avrathal might be the first step in some dwarf scheme to seize some of the relics we keep at Duliand and Salidrum. Though I thought the dwarves had put their envy of our people behind them, but if this is true, it seems they may still begrudge us our relics and things of beauty. Okay, neither one of these is any good.
Sweet-eyed Malon, will you stay a moment?
I'll see if I can learn anything from the dwarves here. Matthew Stoughton is the Lord of Gondomon, and he has spoken openly with me in the past. I will judge his conversation to see if he is hinting at something. Do not betray what we have learned to anyone but an elf. The dwarves will surely raise their guard if they gain any suspicion of what we know. This I do know. There is an encampment of strange dwarves to the north of Gondomon. You should go there and seek out Algerhard. He went in search of Avrathal there and has not yet returned. Find Algarahan and learn if the dwarves of the lowlands at least have turned against us. Be cautioned, for the dwarves may be hostile. Yeah, let's just piss off the dwarves more.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
If the white stir the bones of the ancient Edain, then evil has arisen within the mountains which we should all fear. The fell spirits that stir the bones of the dead are servants of Angmar, and the witch king of old, and the shadow in the east. I must ask you to seek out this evil and put whatever end you may to it before its darkness spreads. Take this elf stone to Glimmer. He now dwells in the ruins to the northeast of Gondomon at the southern end of Grimwater. Okay. I think I still have some more.
at your service and your families.
You carry with you a fetish of the Blue Crag goblin tribes. It's clear these vile creatures are on the move and intend to launch an offensive agreement against the Vale of Thrain. Troubling news, to be sure. We must crush the goblin forces before they become an even greater threat. Their presence in the Vale is a festering blight on the land, and if we don't stop it now, it will spread like a shadow across the land.
Might you lend me an ear?
You've done good, Moria. But there's a whole world out there for you to explore, and if you want to start somewhere, Breetown is as good a place to start. Go east until the Blue Mountains are far behind. It's a long journey, to be sure, so to pack plenty of supplies. The Shire folk may be able to offer you some assistance on your travel. When you arrive at Bree, be sure and seek out the mayor of the town. If there's work to be found, he'll know where to find it. Okay, well, we won't worry about that one for a while.
Come and stay a moment.
Stranger, please tarry and hear my plea. My brother, Giller Goldentongue, was a great warrior. Curse my treacherous tongue. I should say he is a great warrior, but I fear for his life. Though he is a doughty fighter, Giller longs for peace, even against the advice of our elders in Thorin Hall. He felt that there must be a way to come to some sort of an understanding with the Dowerhands. So he and some companions set out for the great Dowerhand encampment north of Gondomon. I think he went to the westernmost of the camps, the larger one. He did not return from his mission. Please seek him out, and if he is slain, return to me with the news so we may seek our revenge on his murders. You will know my brother easily by the gleaming shield, a great heirloom of the family. Okay, I can do that. Okay, let's see if there's any more. Doesn't look like it. I think I got them all. You know, for a short people, these guys really do believe in big, tall ceilings. It's broken short swords. Let's see if they got broken short swords. Broken short swords. No. Okay. We need to get Blue Crag goblins, wolves, bears. One bear down. Two bears down. Three bears down. Okay. Okay, so on we go. Let's kill some wolves. One wolf held down. we can find some more. Well, we need to get always on the lookout for those darn Hindravals. There's no really good place to do that deed, so when one pops up on my tracker, I take advantage of it. To find wolves. And goblins. And more wolves. We still need to find dour hands and goblins. We've got several things that we need to take care of in Nogland. One more wolf pelt. because I need to kill these things for a deed. Correctly. This pass leads into a dower hand camp. See if I can remember my way. It's been a while since I have find sturdy dower hands. But I also need to kill a whole bunch of brigands. Wonder when I get my track enemies. Sturdy dower hand. See if I remember correctly. Yeah, there was a quest right there. I thought so.
What can I do for you?
Are you here to help me, my friend? Avrithal was taken by goblins, and I followed him to this encampment of dwarves. They are holding him in high up on the cliffs that divide the lowlands from Ered Luin. I tried to free him, but there were too many of them. The dwarves pursued me here, and I doubt not it is too late. They have come. Go and find the goblins. I love the music. They did a really good job with the score. Let's take a look at the map. We got a ways to go. Let's get on our horse. On to Wolf Slayer Advanced. Now let us find the goblins. My quest tracker. Okay, now on to finding the goblins. Still on the lookout for goblins. Okay, we're done with the novices. Nope. This isn't where I need to be. Let us go back. Okay, let's see. There's a goblin encampment. All kinds. Okay, we need that trapper. Spoiler, we need 2 more of those. And we may as well get rid of that trapper while we're at it. Killed a lot of those trappers. There's our last spoiler. Okay. heart. Okay, let's actually set this as the quest focus, and we will ride. This was near Nogland, and we're in Gondomon, so I kind of want to go back and finish that one off. Yeah, let's take a horse back. To Nogland. Maybe we'll turn in some quests. Then I'll finish up that one in Nogland. Up some more. Sorry, I'm just kind of concentrating. This zoning in, zoning out. That wolf. Turn in some of the tasks. See if I've got. Okay. Broken short swords. No. Broken sword sheaths. Yes. Matted fur. Dirty wings. Yes. Matted skin. Yes. Broken daggers. Yes. Keys, so we can turn those in.
What do you want?
Ah, good to see that the dour hands are still as worthless of fighters, breaking their own daggers. Ha! Your efforts will echo through the halls.
What do you
Proof
need?
positive. We are working towards reclaiming Ered Luin for the glory of the dwarves. Your efforts will echo through the halls.
Well met.
Hendraval, work with dour hands, vile creatures, and bats that are nothing more than flying vermin. Your efforts will echo through the halls.
What do you need?
Fur can be used from everything from boot liners to rugs. You can never have enough fur. Your efforts will echo through the halls.
What do you need?
Not as sturdy as hide, but these can be sewn together for patches. Your efforts will echo through the halls.
Greetings.
The dwarves of Gondomon will be grateful for these pelts when winter arrives. Moria, thank you.
Well met, friend.
Ah, good. That should teach the dour hands a little lesson. You have done us a fair favor, Moria, and helped ensure that Gondomon remains secure over the coming winter months. Let me see if I can find some suitable reward for you.
Greetings, traveler.
Thank you for bringing in this bear meat. I will see to it that it is properly salted and stored for the winter. Okay, not going to do the treasure hunt.
Greetings.
Is it safe for my work crews? Excellent. I wouldn't send my lads out there with all the goblins around. We need all the guards to protect us from the cursed dour hands in case they attack. Okay.
Greetings to you.
Avrithal is being held in a camp, and after all, you have done well, Moria. This confirms the fears that the Master Daringer, the dwarves are indeed behind the capture of Avrithal. The time has come to confront Mathi Stouthand, the Lord of Gondomon, with this news. If he will not command his dwarves to release Avrithal, then my time as an emissary is over. There will be war.
You may be of service to me.
Mathi looked me in the eye this very morning and swore that the dwarves were proud to have the elves of Deweyland as our neighbor. Such dishonesty and right to my face. I thought he was truer than that, but I should have known better. No dwarf can be trusted when you have works of art or history that he desires to possess. Go to Mathi Stouthand and demand that he order his dwarves to release Avrithal. If he wants war, he shall have it. You must tell him this. I do not trust myself to speak to one so dishonest without striking him. You will find Mathi in the upper levels of Gondomon. Make haste. We may need to return at once to Deweyland to prepare for war. Well, let's try hard to avoid that. Considering the fact that it's the dour hands that took the prince, not the Longbeards. But meanwhile, let's head back
At your service,
to
and your families.
Nogland, because I want to find this Nos Grim Song. And then once we do that, we'll finish it up for the day. Because it's up here. Which means it's way up and we need to be down here. So we will go and we will complete this prologue and probably finish it off in Nogland and then get sent to Gondomon. going to try to build up my task limit. See if I can get extra tasks. Sorry you guys get to watch me harvest wood, but we need to do that. About ready to put in the tortoise shell. One more level. Urge poison. Let's get around this mountain, and I think we need to start veering off here. Okay, we're probably gonna have to defend him against kitty cats.
Greetings.
You're here about the dower hand sneaking out of Thorin's Hall, aren't you? Well, the thrushes told me all about it, and I wrote it down to show Dalin. Here, I'll give you my— Oh no, Lynx! Quick, help me fight them off. They're always hungry for thrushes. Yeah, that wasn't really too hard. You have my thanks. Now go take the note and show it to Hrothgar. Okay, let's see what the note says. Lord Dwalin, the thrushes have given me some unpleasant and disturbing news, and I have written them down to impart to you at the earliest opportunity. The thrush Snailbane saw dwarfs carrying gold down Thorin's Gate in the middle of the night. He did not understand the difference, but I can tell you, as sure as the hair on my beard curls, in winter that these dower hands, his sister Bright Eye, followed them for some time and learned their destination, but it doesn't make much sense to me. The dower hands brought the gold into one of their old cities in the Vale of Thrain, but that city has been occupied by goblins for several years. Why would the dower hands willingly bring gold into the domain of the goblins? North Grimsong. Oh, that's a darn good question. Hrothgar is where? Nogland. Okay, so back to Nogland I go. follow the yellow brick road. Now, I've been really busy lately, and I haven't been able to get onto Lord of the Rings online as much. I run a publishing house, and we've had some really good submissions lately. I've got 3 books a year that I write myself and put out. Plus, I do all kinds of gaming, tabletop, role-playing games, computer games, all of that. And it all takes time, you know? I get my hobbies to pay for themselves, and that's good. But my real passion is writing. Okay, let us see.
What do you need?
Dwalin was right to count on Nosgrim Sung and his friends among the thrushes. These notes confirm that the Dour Hands brought their stolen gold in secret down into the Vale of Thrain, but the thrushes insist that they return to their old stronghold in the mountains at the border of the Vale. I thought that old city was infested with goblins now. There were goblins in the Silver Deep as well, and the Dour Hands seem to have passed untroubled. There is something strange going on here, Moria, though you probably didn't need me to tell you that.
Will you help me?
The thrushes saw Dour Hands carry this gold into the old Dour Hand city to the west. That is very peculiar. You see, it has been infested with goblins for the past 2 years. I don't know why the Dour Hands would bring this gold into the goblin-held city, even if they called it home. Most peculiar. It reminds me of a tale of... Oh, I'm sorry. You want to head west to the old Dour Hand city and search it for the stolen Longbeard gold. I expect it won't be easy, but I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits. Head west of Nogland and look for the stairs carved into the mountainside, and watch out for goblins. Okay, we can do that. My first MMO was, believe it or not Ultima Online, but EverQuest. Way back in the 90s. And classic EverQuest was so wild. It was so bizarre. And one day I got frustrated with it after being there for years. Because I sat there on a quest and I camped out for a week. Not a week in game time, but a week in real time, underwater, waiting for a boss to spawn. The boss spawned, and he didn't drop when I needed him because it was a rare drop. Seriously? And then I realized that I had just wasted a week of my life that I would never get back. And, you know, people were coming by and keeping me company, but I still sat there for a week. A week. Nowadays, EverQuest has gotten a little bit better. No more of those week-long camping with the bosses. No more having to sit to regain your energy and your power. They've dummied it down. But man, some of those raids were so epic. I mean, you went to raid and you needed to take the whole afternoon off. 25 of you surrounding what was at the time really amazing graphics. Nowadays they're just looking very dated, but back in the 90s, oh man, 3D world was mind-blowing. So when people sit there and say that the graphics here are bringing the stone and gold to Longbeard gold to Rothar. Okay. And some of the nicest people I had ever met were in EverQuest. I heard that the hardcore raid guilds had some pretty unpleasant people, but for the most part, because everybody absolutely had to work together in order to survive EverQuest, it wound up being a really warm and friendly place. But you know, there's only so much you can ask your guildmates to do, and to sit around for, you know, 6 days waiting for a boss to spawn to drop an object that didn't even turn out to be turned out to be a rare drop. It's enough to drive anybody batty. Okay.
Greetings.
Well done, Moria. Well done indeed. I will deliver this gold to Dolan at Thorin's Hall, but it sounds like you have a more urgent errand to undertake. Oops.
Might you lend me an ear?
The Dower Hand burglar said that his folk paid the goblin well to steal the prince. I don't know what that means, but it can't be good. Matthias Stouthand became the chief of the Gondomon, a great watch post of the lowlands, shortly after the Dower Hands were driven from Thorin's Hall. If there is a war brewing, Matthias needs to be warned so he can begin preparations. Follow the road east to Gondomon, and there I expect you will find Matthias on the upper levels. Travel with great haste, Moria. I would quicken your feet with a tale of great deeds, but I see that there is no time to spare. Okay, I think I'm going to call it an episode. I wanted to thank you all for joining me. And this is Valkyrie Gamer. If you are interested in more about me or my books, look for my website, victorialynosborne.com/writersblog to hear about my latest books, or azurespiderpublications.com for if you choose to submit. We are open to submissions. If you like this video, hit like or subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much and have a lovely day.